Hi everybody, it's Brad with Big Family Homestead, and in this video we are going to do another camping food, survival food, prepper food, freeze-dried food review of the Mountain House sweet and sour pork. Wow, I'm sure this will be powerful. Let's get to it. Here it is, the Mountain House sweet and sour pork freeze-dried extravaganza. I am certain that this is going to beat any Chinese buffet you've ever, yeah, whatever. I don't believe that for a second. But if it's good enough, it's good enough. Well, so here's how this goes. Basically, I find a piece of product. We're on the ever vigilant watch for the best survival foods, prepper foods, backpacker, long-term food storage foods that are out there. And Mountain House makes a lot of different products. And this one is their sweet and sour pork. So basically what we do is we go through, I show you what's in it, we talk about the calories, we make it, prepare it, I taste it, and give you the 411. So here we go with the ingredients. So here we have the Mountain House freeze-dried sweet and sour pork. Has 12 grams of protein. It is one serving, 2.43 OZs. And let's see, I'm gonna try to get in here close. You can HD it up if you wanna try to read. I'm really just looking for anything odd. You know, cooked pork, that's all normal stuff. Green peppers, vinegar, onions, brown sugar, chicken base. I'm not seeing anything pretty much crazy out of the norm. Worcestershire sauce, or which is your sister sauce, whichever you want to call. There's spice extract. That can be iffy. That's like one of those definitions where you don't know if it's MSG. They can be saying it or not. Basically, it's, you know, total fat's 9%, looking for anything odd. Sodium's a little high, 770 milligrams, that's 32% of your daily intake, but you do have 12 grams of protein, so, you know, not bad. Let's get cooking. Now, before I move on to the preparation part of this video, I would like to point out that the Mountain House people are clearly very interested in your safety, because they've left a little safety message on here on the bottom of this packaging, and if you can see that, it says, "Don't poke the bear." Helpful safety tip. Thank you, Mountain House. All right, so the instructions instruct us to open this package up, and we're supposed to remove an oxygen absorber that will be residing inside of this package of delights. But, oh, there it is. Hi, it's like the, you know, the great prize you get in the Cracker Jack box. Now, they don't sell those anymore. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, man. Talk about looking into the eyes of terror. There we go. Anyway, it tells us to get 3/4 of boiling water, which I have acquired, to insert the aforementioned water into the bag, to mix that bag, make sure everything is all sloshy, happy. And then we are supposed to reseal this bag for 4 minutes, and then we will come back, stir it again, and then we're gonna let it sit for 8 minutes, and then we should be in Mushu heaven. Actually, sweet and sour pork. There we go. All right, so now we've waited our 4 minutes. I came in, stirred it again. We've waited our 8 minutes. This is ready for consumption. And one thing that is nice about these Mountain House products is most of them, or pretty much all of them that I know about, come, let me in. You can eat them right out of the bag. So if you're in a situation where you're out and about, or, you know, well, whatever situation you may be in, you can eat it right out of the bag. That's nice. However, I want you to be able to get the full effect of this product. So I'm gonna pour it into a bowl here so you can see the deliciousness that is Mountain House sweet and sour pork. Here we go, I'll show you a close up. Actually, to be honest, it smells pretty good. Let's go and take it in the other room and we'll give it a taste. Now, I am mentally prepared and physically prepared to do these things, to do this review, to taste this food so that you don't have to. There's really nothing more to say other than over the lips and through the gums. Look out, boys, because I gotta eat this. Here we go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take another bite. There is actual pork in there. And rice. Okay. Here we go. Opinion time. All right, here's the deal, people. I was honestly mentally prepared to be completely grossed out by freeze-dried Chinese wannabe food. Here's the scoop. It's surprisingly not bad. It is not like any sweet and sour pork you've ever eaten in your life. So if you can just shift your brain that this is not sweet and sour pork, it tastes good. There's a lot of rice in there. There are bits of pork. It's got that sweet flavor. It's not bad. It's a flavor that's pretty good. Now, that said, all you got to do is if you can shift it in your head that it is not sweet and sour pork. It's like Asian rice with pork or something, but I guess that wouldn't really sell a whole lot of bags of this stuff. So if you can make that shift in your head, it's pretty good. Now, before I get to the ultimate, how many Brad thumbs are up and down and whatever, a few things. I do like the fact that, first of all, it's got a very long shelf life. Very long shelf life, about 10 years, which is pretty amazing. That in itself is awesome. To have this kind of stuff on the shelf in case there's emergency or you need it or you have some friends who are having hard times, you can, load up a bucket of stuff and take it over well, it's invaluable. Let's just say it that way. That is awesome. The shelf life is amazing. I do like the fact that you can cook it right in the bag. I mean, you never know what kind of situation you're going to be in where you may or may not have access to pots and pans and stoves and all this kind of stuff, but you can generally figure out a way to heat up water. And so for that, I think it's super, super important to have that ability to heat it right in the bag. That's awesome. Now, looking at the ingredients on the back, really not that bad. I couldn't really find much to complain about. Well done, Mountain House, I gotta say. You get what you get, and it was really good. Now, the only knock I can honestly justify dinging you on is the price. That serving there is pretty small. It might be, I don't know, maybe 2 cups on the high side of prepared food. Now, that's one serving, but keep in mind it was $5. Yeah. I gotta say, I would have liked to have more food for that amount of money because frankly, the largest portion of what I got for that was a bag of rice. Yes, there's spices and all that kind of stuff in there, but they sold me rice with a little extra stuff. Come on, man. I mean, that's not a very good value. But that said, tallying everything up, I know that you're waiting. Drum roll, please. I would give this one an 8 out of 10 Brad thumbs. And if it's possible to have that many thumbs, then you're a freak like me, and you shouldn't, and it's gross, but check marks, stars, hearts, 8 out of 10 is what I give it. Mountain House did a good job on this. And another thing too, I would like to point out that if you're in a survival situation where you have to be eating this food for any length of time, the idea of having something that's flavored different is really, really nice. Keeping variety going, and that sweetness that it had in there was different than a lot of the other freeze-dried products. And so for that, I do think that this is something that if you can get it at a good deal, then it's something to add. Like I said, I still think it's a little pricey, but you make that call for yourself. Anyway, if you like the video, please share it around. It truly does help my family out. Like and subscribe it, you know the drill. I am Brad with Big Family Homestead, and you have an amazing day.